All right, welcome to another kgateway community meeting. Tim, do you want to go first since Danny is not here?
Hey, sorry, I was getting mixed up as Google Meet. What's the topic? I don't remember putting anything down.
Okay, you have a topic about enhancement proposal, AWS Lambda.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Do you want to share your screen?
sure, let me do a quick, sorry, I'm so used to Zoom. All right, let me pull the Meet tab out here. I'm not sure who put this on, but yeah, let me just do a quick, let's see, where's the share screen button on? Present. Let me present this tab. Hopefully you guys can see. Oh, it looks like you can. Let me bring this in. Yeah, so
Yeah,
just
we can see it.
say again, Lynn?
We can see it.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, just a quick shout out to this EP. I think we have some potential soft consensus, but if people have cycles, feel free to take a look. I think we were targeting this as potential beta one, kind of like initial something we can get into kgateway to get feedback on. Same with some other stuff. So yeah, I just wanted to give highlight this, and I think that was basically it. Let me stop sharing. I'll also link in chat the EP.
So quick question, sorry, I haven't read this closely, but since we talk about like the backend was upstream last time, would this using the new backend stuff?
Yeah, so we're I think Lawrence has a work in progress branch to rename that like API after the EP was, or the one pager for renaming the API was merged yesterday. Um, what I think we'll do is I'll update the doc to reflect the new name. But the intention, Lynn, is to put this on the backend API for now. Previous iterations were kind of looking at throwing some of the Lambda function level like configurations, so like the name of the qualifier or how it gets invoked on the route policy. But I think we're moving away from that direction. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. Thank you. That was very helpful. I'm putting some notes on that too, instead of the upstream resource. Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you. So Tim, that's all you wanted to present for this topic, right?
Yeah, just want to publicize it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Nathan, I think you are up next for your enhancement proposal. Transformations.
Yeah, so on the same lines, as Tim, wanted to give a shout out for transformations. It's sort of so just like how the Lambda implementation is something that I think Glue Edge users have known and loved. We're also like in this proposal, we're trying to change the API a bit and then also make it easier for people to contribute to. So please, there's already been some good conversation here, but please take a look, especially like looking at sort of this stripped down initial API. Like I fully believe that in short order, we want to get this to being something where, for example, we have stages. So today, or if you look at the Glue project, you could have transformations apply in multiple locations. So you might even have multiple different transformations applying at different points on the same request. So we know that this is not, the end all be all, but I believe that maybe with this addition of remove, this is a pretty nice initial sort of API. So hopefully people can take a look and we can bandy about what we like and what we don't like, especially given that Envoy has changed a lot since the transformation filter started. like for example, the header mutation filter didn't exist. So that makes this a much more interesting sort of problem for us to solve.
Okay, does anybody have any questions for Nathan?
Are you saying that maybe we should use the upstream header mutation and then transformation only should be for access logs?
No, so I tried to at least sort of touch on this. Part of what I thought that was something that we should at least investigate, and looking at how one can do header mutations in the upstream Envoy header mutation filter, I do not believe that it fulfills a lot of the use cases that we've seen people sort of run with. Really just coming down to how expressive you can be with Inja. So like conditional templates have been huge, and that's not really something that you can easily support, if at all, with the upstream header mutation, because it's a very safe filter. So you can put some static configuration in, but like one great sort of example I've seen is conversion of response codes, where basically inside of the header mutation, there's a big if statement that pulls from the initial header and then can, transforms it from one system of status codes to another. And that's not something that would be really clean, or even something that I think people would want to accept upstream.
Okay, makes sense.
Can you talk about how the transformation policy going to attach to the routes? I assume it's attached at the routes level.
Yeah, so in this initial design proposal, enhancement proposal, would be just route policy. So transformations would be on the route policy, and we go from there. We've seen that certain types of transformations, people like messing around with inheritance, but I honestly don't think the current way that we have it in the way that the Glue project has transformation inheritance, I don't think wholly makes sense. And so for this, I really wanted to start with the simplest setup. So no stages, nothing more than just route policy. And then we can sort of talk with people about how they want to do anything more complex.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, it's harder for me to visualize how that might work without an example.
Yeah, I mean, if it's something that would be useful, we can put together. I can look at putting something together around sort of how route policy inheritance looks today and how like it's applied. Like if like probably something we want anyways to some degree, right?
Yes, we know where we are. Yeah, what's the change? Yeah, that would be very helpful. Just help me conceptually understand how this fits in. Like within your proposal, you have the transformation policy struct. What I don't fully understand is how it binds to the rest of the resources we have.
Yeah, entirely fair. I'll add a section either here or link to something. Worst case, I mean, do people like where they GitHub discussions or something? I can create something there if you want.
Yeah, either way, it's easy for you, and then we could potentially link to the enhancement proposal, so we have everything. It's very linked and easy to view.
Yeah, makes sense.
All right, thank you so much, Nathan. I didn't get any response from Daniel, so I assume nobody else will be able to present without him on that topic. So I have to move to next next week. I assume he's probably just want to get code review from the team here. I think he put it out a few days ago. Okay, you've been review it. That's great. Awesome. So the other thing I want to quickly discuss is, do we have a rough estimate about the beta? So yesterday, you guys all probably saw, I sent a message to the Glue user channel to kind of give them a heads up on the beta. Do we have a date? Are we thinking maybe next week we might be able to have the beta out? Oh, that's a question for Lawrence.
I mean, I think we can sort of look at what there's a, so for anyone who's interested and wants to sort of see timelines, anyone in the community can go. I think anyone. There's a project board that we're running off with milestones. It might be maintainer only. Do you have anyone who can check that? Maybe I'll check that on the side here. But it's my understanding that we have an initial goal to merge transformations in Lambda to get our first sort of functional bits with a follow-up of AI. The exact timing is something that's still up in the air. Something that's interesting is also that Kubernetes Gateway API 1.3 is going to code freeze. So there's some question as to whether, we're still bootstrapping a lot of things, but we may want to also sort of get to a point where we're running with that early as well as this other thing.
Okay, this is the view you are thinking, right, Nathan? So we have the lambdas for this beta that's end of February. And we also have, I didn't see the Gateway API update here. Is it needed? We have to go to the latest Gateway API though for the beta?
So I don't think I think it's a question that we need to sort of ask everyone and anyone who's starting to adopt this, right? Like I see there's a few adopters or people trying out kgateway. Really, this is a question where we need to see where, people's appetite is. And so this is a call for anyone who's not here but listening to the recording. If you do have anything that you really want to get in or something that would help you adopt this project, this meeting is a great time to advocate for it, but also in channels or anything else. There's multiple ways to sort of help us figure out what we need to do next.
All right, that makes sense. Yeah, so this is the milestone view that can track the progress. And
so I
yeah.
just validated with a not signed in GitHub user. You can go to kgateway dev projects, kgateway planning to get sort of at least most of the issues that are in flight that I know about are there. I think there's some other contributors who might be working on something that not aware of or not sort of hooked into this. But right now, a lot of people I think on this call are sort of working towards that kgateway v2.0.0-beta1 section.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because the other one is only for that repo, right? This is across all the repos. All right, cool. Does anyone else have any topic? If not, should we end it early?
Awesome. Sounds like we should call it, as you said. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thanks, everybody. See you next time. Bye.